And the texture on that is super, isn't it? Look at that. Thomas Cook sign there. Those little panels of glass all reflecting. Hello Flight Sim fans, welcome back to the Practically Geek channel. And in this video today we're going to be checking out Manchester International Airport by Macco Simulations. This is a payware scenery. It is also an early access scenery. So this isn't going to be a complete airport, but I believe progress so far is absolutely amazing. So that's why I wanted to check it out today. I also wanted to check it out because this is a close to the heart one, this one. Manchester Airport, I've been visiting it for many years. I used to go to it as a young child to see the planes, to pick up my granddad from his numerous holidays. I also regularly attend there, well, not now obviously because of current world situations, but I regularly go there with my brother to visit the viewing park and the airport pub for some plane spotting and some food. So wanted to check this one out because I saw it on YouTube and numerous other places, and thought, yeah, I'm going to be featuring this one on another video. So as mentioned, it is an early access. It is also payware, so please bear that in mind if you do buy it. It's $9.99, and that's what I paid for it. Now you do get future updates for absolutely free. So even if this airport was to become, say, £15, £20 along the line for the complete release, you will still pay just $9.99 if you buy it now for the early access. And progress is good. I've been looking through the websites and obviously YouTube, and it looks great. It looks really spot on. The default scenery is cluttered with autogen as always, but it does kind of match up with Manchester Airport to a certain degree, as we'll take a look at in just a second. Manchester Airport comprises of two runways. You've got runway 05 left and 23 right, which is 3,048 meters, and you've got runway 05 right and runway 23 left, which is 3,050, so just a little bit bigger. And as you can see, there's a lot of different texturing on the aprons going on. We can also take a look at this really big elephant in the room, which is actually an autogen building on the taxiway. I haven't seen this yet. I have seen the beacon lights on runways, and this is the first time seeing a actual autogen building placed like this. Yeah. But saying that, you've got control towers. You've got the rightly placed bigger control tower just to the left, or just in the center here. It doesn't look like it, but it is placed right, so that's fair dues on their behalf, on the autogen's behalf. You've also got the numerous piers at Manchester Airport. Now these all do look like the piers. The buildings don't, of course, but it's one of the better ones I've seen, and this is probably one of the bigger airports I've featured on the channel. This control tower here is a lot smaller. It's actually built into the building, sort of popping up just out the roof, so it's not that tall. There's a lot of barren concrete sort of car parks, which are car parks, but as you can see, there's a lot of this side here is terminal 3, by the way. In the center, by the control tower, there is terminal 1, and then terminal 2 in the far end, where you can see those lovely 747-8s just parked up. I've never seen that, mind you. As I say, this is one of the bigger airports I've featured, so that's really good to see those 747s. So this section here is a massive big car park with an outer perimeter road. You can't see it in the scenery, unfortunately, but over here is the airport pub that I was telling you about. It's an autogen hangar, so poorly placed and poorly rendered there. The concrete sort of markers and the way the concrete's marked is actually the shape of what it is. There's a lot of like benches and tables, and yeah, it's a very weird sort of autogen muggle up this airport. If you watch my Woodvale Airport, the Airbase RAF Woodvale video, you'll see that these lovely autogen houses have made their way back into this one. This muggle of buildings here, it is a mismatch. It's a muggle. It's not the best, but in terms of the sort of the main area here, you've got the Radisson Hotel. I think it's the Radisson Blue. There's also another hotel, I think. This section here, you'll be able to see in the satellite imagery, is where the coach station and train station is. So I'm hoping Macco Simulations feature that, because that's a really great building. It also has a massive big walkway stretching from Terminal 1 just all the way over here. And it also, as you can see in the satellite imagery here, meets Terminal 2 as well, which again doesn't look the greatest. Over here you'll see selection of satellite imagery showing the newer part of Terminal 2, and I believe this is a new jetway as well, which I haven't seen. Last time I visited, this wasn't here, so that's great to see that they've put that in some form or other, but it doesn't look too bad actually. Making our way over to what I believe is the cargo area. This section here is the back end of the viewing park, and that long road stretching over, I believe it's called Avro Way. Yeah, that's Avro Way, and it's got a lovely little Greg's bakery there that you can get your food, the workers get the food from. Me and my brother pop in there for snacks for the long plane spotting day ahead. This is the Thomas Cook hangar, I believe, this one, which they haven't even got right with that one. It's not even an autogen hangar. These ones over here, I think, is the Jet 2 hangar. And then this section here, where the autogen hangars are, that is actually a engine testing with a big blast shield around it, so they haven't got that right. And then the viewing park here, they've even got the newer BizJet private terminal in the satellite imagery there. The viewing park comprises of a few vintage aircraft. You've got the Nimrod. There's also an Avro in this, just to the end of the Concorde hangar, which is this one here, which is completely oversized. And at the back there, where that little building is, that's actually a DC-10 Monarch cockpit, I believe. Just having a quick look at the runways here, you'll see that there is actually a road that runs under the taxiways and the end of runway 05 left, and then the newer runway. I say newer runway, it has been there for years, but the newest out of two. You can also see that this does exist. It's kind of like an opening in the road, but it's 2D. It's just, it looks weird. So that is Manchester Airport, and this is just the default scenery. So as always, let's jump into Macco Simulations scenery and see what they've done with this lovely airport, and see just how good they've made it. So welcome back to Manchester International Airport here in the UK, and we're back on stand with my EasyJet Airbus A320neo. And already you can see a dramatic change. There's a new terminal, there's a new custom building here in front of us. The ground texturing looks absolutely phenomenal, some of the best I've seen. So I think without further ado, we need to go and check out the rest of Manchester Airport by Macco Simulations. And wow, it does, doesn't it? This look incredible. Oh, remember, it's early access. But look at this, we've got all the authentic buildings, and this is just giving me nostalgia through and through. We've got the proper older control tower here. All this glass is absolutely insane. The use of the custom buildings and signage for that. We've got Manchester Airport sign there. And look at this, look how good this is. Another thing that's giving me nostalgia when you sort of pull up to Manchester Airport. Even back in the 90s, you had this silver kind of like wraparound building facade all the way down here to terminal. Look at this, absolutely amazing. So much better than the default. And as you can see now, that outer perimeter road is being put in, and although obviously the texturing isn't great at this point, remember, again, it's early access, it's not finished, but you know, I remember walking down this road. I've walked down this road a few times to get to the airport pub. It's you know, you have to sort of navigate through the car parks and such, but you can put your face right up to this you know, this mesh fence and see the planes on stand here right up close. And if your camera lens can sort of capture through that fence in it, to get some really great shots. And this is absolutely amazing, isn't it? Look at this, all these walls. And it is great that, you know, I've been able to walk down this way and kind of see it, because it really does look like that outer perimeter road. And look, he's even put the airport pub in. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Even down to the back garden with the numerous tables, and even the porta toilet as well, I think it is anyway, but even that's incredible. It's so good. And then when you're here and you're having like your food and your drink, you can come right up to here and the plane's taxi right in front of you. I mean, that there is convincing, like really convincing. You can get right up close to this fence and the taxi round here onto the runway, and then when they power up, put the throttle on, the noise and the the wind, the backdraft is incredible, and the texture in here is insane. Absolutely, look at that. So reading some of the points on the Macco Simulations website, they've totally redone the airport. So they've taken out all the auto gen, they've taken out all the textures, the ground textures, everything, and then they've done it from the ground up, which is incredible. It's really great. They've even put the practice airplane there for the fires and the rescues. They've put all these outer perimeter car parks. Really, I mean, even at this point, I'm staggered to think what the airport's going to look like once it's finally done. It's going to look incredible. Look at these, a little antenna array sort of outer buildings here. I mean, even that, look at that. That is so good. Let's have a look further along. So we've got pretty much all the immediate terminal buildings, and they look amazing. We've got some car parks, so we have got some outer buildings already, and you can now see the likes of the train station and the coach station with those big massive white walkways, which I hope they put in, because they look incredible. I've walked over those a few times. And you can see obviously that there is parts that aren't done, but again, for the third time, it's early access, so you can forgive. But you know, these custom buildings are absolutely insanely amazing. I can't even look at that. So while we're looking through here, let's just have a look at the Macco Simulations website and see exactly what they have put into this scenery. So just looking at their website now, we've got PBR texturing created from scratch and used throughout the airport, which I can believe. It's absolutely incredible. Custom models developed specifically for this simulator, so Microsoft Flight Simulator. Custom night lighting, additional immersive lighting such as flashing lights rather, and we will be taking a look at that, of course we will. Taxiways and taxi signs based on the latest charts, which is great. Approaches and ILS glide slopes are all done. Runway warning lights. New terminals as per the real terminal, which I believe is this one. Custom jetways, and it has got compatibility with VATSIM rather. And I'm just going to take you in here because the newer pier for Terminal 2 has actually got an interior. Look at this. How amazing is that? That is spot on, isn't it? Look at that, and you can actually see outside and you can see the glass. So this is the cargo area of Manchester Airport, and it has got all the custom cargo buildings as well as massive assortments of cargo containers, which it looks so great. It looks like it's a living and breathing airport. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Look at the reflections on Terminal 2. Unbelievable. And look at the, I mean, the texture in here is really, really fab. Look at this. Obviously, the outer buildings here on Avro Way and outside the building, outside the airport itself, haven't been done just yet. But they still, they look. It's one of the sort of the better autogen areas because it does match this kind of area of Manchester Airport. You can now see that we've got the Thomas Cook hangar, which looks incredible. It looks amazing. Let's just have a look at what it looks like just closer in. And the texture on that is super, isn't it? Look at that. Thomas Cook sign there. Those little panels of glass all reflecting. The ground clutter's amazing as well. It all makes sense, you know, where the trucks are, where the baggage handlers are. And here's one of the newer control towers, which again, incredible, down to this roofing area here where it's sort of reflecting all the light. And the spinning radar at the top. Look at that. There's no interior to that, but again, this is a work in progress. Look at the Jet 2 hangar as well. Really, really spot on that, isn't it? And you can appreciate this if you have been to Manchester Airport and seen the numerous buildings. See that we've got an actual general aviation area as well. Look at this. And we've got the proper blast shield for the engine testing. And oh my word, look at the look at the viewing park as well. And we've got the newer terminal here. That's really great. I've just noticed that the Monarch cockpit is there. Look at that. That's great. Obviously, these planes are still without texturing, but again, the layout, where the cars are all spot on. The hangar for the Concorde is just looks like a generic one for now. It's not autogen, that is a custom one, but with the Concorde you can see it through this big glass window here. And this building here is the shop with all the different models and aircraft. You can get loads in there. It's a great shop. I absolutely love that. And you've got all the benches here, but there's still work to be done. But again, I see that the Avro isn't there. It's just the other basic model. But even so, it looks so good. Look at the texture in the taxiways. It looks so good. And look at this. Oh my word, look at this. They've even gone ahead and made this 3D. So that was 2D flat before, as you would remember, but look at that. So good. Really, really well done. Just really excited to see where this airport goes, because already, I mean, yeah, you can tell it's not finished, but it already looks absolutely incredible. So I think with that being said, we should look at the night lighting for the Manchester Airport by Macco Simulations. Let's take a look at the night lighting. Let's turn our clocks back to 1 AM. And wow, doesn't that look incredible? Obviously we are in the outskirts of Manchester, but you can see that the So that the urban lighting around the airport looks incredible. But look at the airport lighting itself. Look at the taxiways and the runway lighting. The apron lighting looks insane. Again, this is early access. Look at it. Everything's lit up and looks amazing. You got, I can see like flashing lights from different points of the airport. The lights of the road going underneath the taxiways, that's incredible as well. Look at that. And look at the flashing lights. Look at these for the runway holding markers. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Amazing. Let's take a look at the apron and terminal buildings, because I can see there's a lot of light being used there. We've got lights on the outside of the hangars, on the buildings. Oh my word. Look at that as well. I think the fire trucks do that, but I can't be sure. I mean, it just... I'm so glad I decided to go ahead and buy this and show you guys, because this is... The lighting on the control tower is incredible. In the lights on absolutely everything. Nothing looks fake. Nothing looks bad. Got a lot of flashing lights, and the lighting from the terminals looks great. Even the lighting from the older control tower looks really, really great. Look at this. Isn't that so well done? And look at this. Someone's been a naughty boy. That's so good. These lights are incredible. I love the use of different coloured lights, like the orangey lights over there on the kind of the older side of the airport, and then these sort of LED type really bright lights for the remote stands here. Really incredible work. I'm really, really blown away by everything. Again, even though it is early access, and look at the lighting on this radar here. We've got a bit of glitchiness on the door here, but again, the fact that they've made use of like flashing warning lights on some objects is incredible. It's so good. Let's just make our way over to the newer bit of Terminal 2. It looks so good, and I don't usually recommend things in early access in sort of early form, but this is incredible. This is, you could use this anyway as it stands now. Mainly the reason is because the other bits of detailing, like the outer buildings, you know, like the train station and the coach station, you know, they're not done yet, but again, you won't see them close up when you're sort of parking up on gate or flying in. Look at the lighting on these buildings on the newer jetways. That's incredible. Let's just have a look inside. I know we did before, but let's just have a look at the lighting inside. It's bright, but it looks incredible. Look at the reflections on the newer floor. And look at that. Got a 747-8 there as well. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Really, really great. So I'm going to thank you for watching this video. It's been a bit longer than usual, but it is one of the bigger airports. I think it's the biggest airport I've featured on my channel, and it has been really great to take a look at this early access. I know that just one thing I wanted to mention, that I do name my videos with review on these freeware and payware. I wouldn't call them reviews, I would call them sort of first looks. Well, not first looks, kind of a tour and video. I don't really want to change it to tour, because I believe I do review the airport in terms of, you know, taking a look around it and reviewing what is there. In terms of reviewing it, like giving it a score, I don't do that, especially with freeware. I don't believe it's fair to score freeware. These guys are making sceneries that are sometimes payware quality, and I don't believe they should be reviewed. So if you are wondering why I put review in my titles, it's purely because I am reviewing the scenery. I'm not giving it a score as such, but I am kind of taking you over what's there, and I do sometimes point out like a glitch or an error, but again, it's not a score and review. I don't really score the paywares either. I just feature them to show you what is out there. With that being said, again, thank you, and remember, this is early access. It's from Macco Simulations. Again, link in the description below. It's $9.99. You get all the future updates, so you will get the completed airport when it's ready. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to the Practically Geek channel. I do videos just like this. I've got many on my channel. I've got freeware reviews, payware reviews. I'm doing more flight tours coming up soon in my little aero light plane as well, taking a look at some of the photogrammetry cities within Microsoft Flight Simulator. So please look out for them, and I will see you again very soon.